right, bub. Ha ha. It's the Wolverine. That's right, bub. This ain't a Deadpool movie. This is a Wolverine movie. We will do the movie review on screen thing probably after this. All right. Cool souvenirs. They're going to be all gone by the time y'all go to get it. These will be all gone. So this is your chance to see it. I was at the Fan Spectacular. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, these are custom, boy. Now, the NBA decided to go with Amazon Prime. They rejected the deal made by TNT at the last minute to match the offer. Warner Brothers Discovery, which owns TNT, their decision to match said offer after months of acting as if they weren't going to match it and that they weren't going to pay those terms that the NBA had put into parameters. This is what I was wondering. Like, they've had a deal for 30 years. So I'm like, this deal has been going on for way past 30 years. We're talking about like 40 years. This is crazy. And with Ted Turner deal that he negotiated with TNT, they had a certain number of premium games. But what I told you guys from the very beginning, Adam Silver doesn't want to do business with TNT no more because they don't want to go along with what he's got going on with his vision. He's greedy. He wants more money. He wants more access. When you limiting people because of cable and you don't want to update your apps, you don't want to do all these things, they're going to go to the other. They want to leave. They want out. But you can't get out. It's not up to the NBA. This is what all these sports writers are not paying any attention to. It was not up to the National Basketball Association. Now, the Warner Brothers representative did come out and say, we'll be all right without, we will survive without the TNT will survive without the NBA. We were like, how? Reruns of Star Wars? How you gonna do Lord of the Rings marathons again? Like, well, what are you talking about? What in the world are you talking about? They sound insane. So now, the rhythm, the rebel. I'm lowering my level. No, they are going to be showing games for the next year. They have one more year to show games. And next year is their final year. So now the National Basketball Association is facing a possible lawsuit of great proportions. We're talking about probably a $10 billion lawsuit when it's all said and done. Warner Brothers wasn't there when this contract was made with the NBA. So they're a little alien to what's happening. So when you're a little alien to the deals and the contracts of how it's been proposed, how it's being, governed or put together, the whole nine. So you don't really know anything yet. Yeah, AEW is not the NBA. If they thinking that's I don't know, like, what in the world is he talking about? So anyway, the deals that they put in place, it's entirely different. The Amazon deal gives them more freedom to expand and do the things that they want to do. They have a more up-to-date system, but I don't know how going to a streaming service is going to be better for them and better for the user. I mean, if they can update this NBA app, I would appreciate it. But the stage is now officially set for all the high stakes showdown to begin between the NBA and TNT. So once Warner Brother Discovery decided, like, hey, we can survive without the NBA. The NBA was like, okay, well then cool, then survive without us. We've been to take this deal that's coming up with Amazon. So when they had a $1.8 billion bid, because they went to bid for the first time ever, Amazon won the bid to broadcast the NBA games. And an unexpected move. And the David, what's his name? Zaslav-led entertainment conglomerate is now going against Adam Silver in his league. And this is going to be a messy legal fight because their proposal is what the NBA put out in a statement saying they've rejected it because Warner Brothers Discovery most recent proposal did not match the terms of Amazon Prime Video's offer, and therefore we have entered into a long-term agreement with Amazon. Wow. Woo! Now, WBD, the parent company of CNN, also, they paid for matching rights when it struck out its current deal with the NBA. Now it urges that it should be able to match Amazon's streaming agreement with the league, since it can air the games both on cable and TNT and its Max platform, which is HBO Max, which boasts about 100 million paid subscribers. So they could use that. And they said the NBA, however, disagrees. And the league sent the letter over to WBD on Wednesday saying that it's contending that its internet distribution deal with Amazon was exclusively for streaming. In doing so, the NBA argued that the WBD's offer was not, that's Warner Brothers Discovery, which is TNT, for y'all who just came in. It was not a legally valid match since it would be broadcasting the games on TNT, citing that contractually provisions seems odd to say the least, given that one would think that the NBA would want the added exposure of TNT, which features inside the NBA, but they don't. This is why I told you. They were like, why don't they take the deal with TNT seems like a much better deal than Amazon. Why are you taking the Amazon deal? Because they don't want TNT. I've tried to tell people this. They weren't listening. This deal was to get away from TNT's contractual They were handcuffed into this deal. Okay, they've never been in a bid in their entire 40 years or whatever of the NBA. However, Turner has been with them for like 40 years. They have never been a bid. They were the big fish. They had the big games, TNT. There was no bids. And if there was, they have the right to match said offer. So if any offer is proposed, it is matched. But the NBA is trying to be slick because they want to get away from TNT. So when TNT matched it, it said, okay, we matched their deal. 1.8 billion or 1.2 billion, whatever, there it is. Boom. It's there. Now you ain't got to worry about streaming because we can stream it on Max. We got 100 million subscribers. What? What? What's the problem now? And they were like, because games are gonna be on TNT. And he's like, look, you're gonna have the option. Now that you can go through Max, who's our partner. Warner Brothers own, they own Max, which is HBO. They own that. So it's like, look, we got Max. What's the problem? So they're saying it's not compatible because some of the games are going to be on TNT, and that's not the same deal. So you didn't match the deal that they got. And it was like, what would you be opposed to it being on cable? So you're trying to take all the games off of cable? Is that what you want to do? And just make it all streaming? So they were like, no, we're looking forward to going through this final season. And they were like, okay, well, get ready to go to court. Oh, it's gotten messy. This negotiation has gotten very messy. And that it's not going to be good for either party. Y'all think this is going to be an easy slam dunk for the NBA? Oh, no, the hell it ain't. This last season finna be hell. See, each side, however, is dug in, and their legal arguments will almost be tested in court, right? This is an ugly litigation because now it's going to be that they violate the terms of the contract that they have with TNT, saying TNT is allowed to match the offer. And when they match the offer, y'all wanted to come with a provision like, no, it don't match the offer if they show the games on TNT. It's like, that doesn't even make sense. They've matched the offer. The NBA knows that, but they don't want to be attached to this deal anymore with TNT. They want to be out of it. Because the terms favor TNT. They are the ones that's holding court. So you could go do your bids, and it's up to them to match. And if they have the option to match, this is why I was like, I can't believe that they were allowed to go to bid, because the Ted Turner and those guys, when they negotiated that deal, they got exclusive games. All of that stuff was negotiated, and that was like lifetime. So if the NBA finds another person to replace TNT, TNT would have to be the one to walk away from the NBA. And Rob was right. They have a match clause that they get the right to match. Any deal that the NBA has, if they match it, TNT, that's it. They win. So if they match the offer, that's it. Ain't no, we just gonna take their deal, even though they match. No, they have it in their contractual obligation to match the offer. They match the offer. You don't like that they match the offer because you don't want nothing to do with them. So you want to try to find any little loophole to get out of it. And that's not gonna fly with Warner Brothers. I'm trying to tell you. If they think the NBA thinks this is going to be an easy slam dunk legal battle, they got another thing coming. They got another thing coming. I mean, both sides believe that they got this thing on lock. Hit the like button. Oh, it's going down soon. Warner Brothers Discovery is going to take legal action very soon, like by Monday. Papers this thick coming in the mail. They're not bullshit at all. The NBA is going to try to do an out of court arbitration where none of this stuff is going to be made public. And they want to do an out of court settlement and arbitration. And right now with Warner Brothers, the way y'all just really kind of publicly embarrassed them, they ain't going to want to go with that shit. This is in the billions. The damage is going to be billions. This ain't going to be no couple $1 million lawsuit. This is going to be billions. Oh, Warner Brothers Discovery believes they have a very strong case. And their spokesman has came out and said, we have matched Amazon's offer as we have a contractual right to do and do not believe the NBA can reject it. See, I told you that. I was shocked when the NBA said they were going to bid. And on TNT, they getting in the bid. I was just like, can they do that? Because I already knew they was in like a lifetime contract with TNT and TBS. That was for life. That deal was for life. Ted Turner didn't play when he did this negotiation. He made sure he had locked down the NBA. So no matter what they grow to and what they do, I knew for a fact Ted Turner would have that in a clause that's saying they're not finna get screwed. He would not put TNT and TBS in a position to be screwed over. He's not that stupid. And I'm going to tell you that about Billionaire Ted. Billionaire Ted ain't going to play games. Business all the time. That's right, bub. Business all the time. Now pay attention to this one, because it's a screamer. Billionaire Ted put the NBA in a bind. There was no way out. There's no wiggle room. Oh yeah, they said it. They're pissed. They said we think we have grossly misinterpreted our contractual rights with the respect of the 2025-26 season and beyond, and we will take appropriate action. Now, here's another thing. The NBA also did a deal with NBC Universal and Disney. So the package altogether would send some like $77 billion into the NBA, covers over the next 11 years. Well, for a while, industry insiders focused on how NBCU has swooped in and struck a deal with the NBA for a package deal that included many of the games that TNT currently airs. How? The NBA has the NBA has done something here that I mean, I hope their legal team is really good because they finna be put to the test. Believe me, Ted Turner negotiating those deals. I've seen a Ted Turner deal. Okay? Ted don't play. When Tyler Perry got a deal with Turner, okay, it was up to Ted Turner. Ted Turner decided what they were going to allow and what they weren't going to allow with Tyler Perry's deals. Okay, he gave them the outlet, said, boom, y'all got this space to do X, Y, and Z. Until X, Y, and Z, all those contracts were made ironclad. When he had WCW, when he bought it was ironclad. Then he ended up buying all of cable. So he had a deal that he was going to get a percentage of everything on cable. So he let the whole WCW go. He was like, look, I don't care about that. I was losing money on it. They can take it. So Vince McMahon said, I'll buy it off you, Ted. I'll get you out of this thing so you can go ahead and run your cable thing. Because Vince McMahon was holding it up. Because of him owning wrestling, it was like, oh, this is a monopoly. You know, he's forcing me out of wrestling. Because Ted was like, WWE was almost out of business. If Ted would have been able to do that and keep WCW, it was over for Vince. He's like, he can't do that because he's a competitor. He owns WCW. He's a competitor, so he can't. In the wrestling business, he's my competitor, so he can't own. You see, he can't own that WCW and be the one to go and get a percentage of all cable. So we got to pay him. He's our competitor. No, that's illegal. So Ted Turner had to make a decision and let go of WCW, and he sold it to Vince so he can go get his cable deal. So it's all business, man, with Ted. Hey, everybody got Jewish lawyers, buddy. So that's what I'm saying. That ain't gonna mean nothing when you go up against Warner Brothers, buddy. Especially with all these loopholes they didn't put in there. The NBA did some very sneaky. It's not just with Amazon. That's what I said. The NBC deal that they did with Disney, that NBC deal that they got with NBC Universal, they struck a deal with the NBA that's including many other games that Warner Brother Discovery and TNT is currently airing. How can you legally do that? I don't know. Maybe they know more than me. Now, what Warner Brother Discovery did was decline to match NBC's $2.5 billion bid this year. They didn't match that one. They matched the Amazon Prime deal. They chose not to match NBC's deal for the 2.5 per year bid. So they targeted Amazon's smaller package for a match. Yeah, because given the lower price tag and the belief that it contained more coveted games, if they can, manage to ultimately win the rights to air the games in court, it would amount to quite a coup for them. And that's a big win for Turner and TNT and the Warner Brother Discovery team. So if they lose this battle to the NBA, that's going to be a major black eye in the game. And everybody's saying TNT dropped the ball. I'm talking about the brass at TNT. It started years ago when they alluded how unimportant the NBA was as a brand itself. And that was them trying to get leverage for the deal. They weren't saying it was unimportant. They just said we would survive. Like the company would survive. We wouldn't fold. Because why would you do that? You lose your negotiational power. So I understood what they were saying, but I felt like that one need to say it publicly. But for years, the NBA was grooming y'all for this. Adam Silver has been telling you without saying the exact words, he really don't want TNT. I've been telling y'all that for 2 years straight. This man wants to get away from TNT. He doesn't like their app. Everybody can't view all the games. He likes Chuck and like all that. He's not against the show. He just thinks that they should, they got to go in another direction. But it's about the leverage. None of these new companies have that leverage deal. They don't have that clause in the contract saying that they guarantee. They only got to those 11 years. Then it goes back to a bid. The NBA will be free to negotiate how they want, where they're in the driver's seat. And they're out of that lifetime deal with TNT and Warner Brothers, and they out of that. They want to find a way to get out of it quick. Well, the thing is, they want to send out bulk of their games to big tech platforms instead of the traditional media businesses. And the recent years, like they had Amazon, there might be another one that merged later down the road. It could be Netflix. It's all this infusion of people trying to get new technology, and they're linking up. Got Apple, Amazon, Google, sports. It's a big tech world now. So everything's going tech. So when everything going tech like this is going to be crazy. So when they say, oh, they chose not to match the offer back early in the days, it's not the same deal. They chose not to match the NBC Universal deal. And they gave them rights to the games that the TNT crew was airing in their package deal, which I don't even know how they were able to do that. You say you think they'll sell it and put it on Peacock? Well, to be honest, Prime is a week. They're weak. Peacock has a better looking app. It's just not really there. So now they just saying they're finna have a price increase. Oh, it's not. It's still the same. They saying from $7.99 a month to $7.99 a month. I'm on after this, unless I cancel it. All right. So the opening ceremonies are today for the Olympics in Paris. They're going to have more of these conversations. The NBA is going to fight it, which is going to cost them more money. If they go to court and trial, that's going to the NBA is really going to get hit. The bulk of Peacock's deal right now is wrestling. They got all the old 7 seasons of Monday Night Nitro. That's what I've been watching. WCW, the old WCW with Papa Pump against Booker, with the rise of Booker back in those days. Booker doing that scissor kick. Then he had that move. Right. Book was so good. He became a superstar in the WWE because he decided to go with it. They made fun of his move, the spinner-rooney. It's the spinner-rooney. The spinner-rooney. Man, I loved it. I got to watch all my Survivor Series and all my wrestling. So wrestling is everything I had over there. Warner Brother has a lame streaming. Warner Brothers got Max. They got Max. They have 100 million paid subscribers, way more than Peacock. I'm gonna tell you right now, they have 100 million paid subscribers. Top it. They can't. That's what I'm saying. You watching wrestling, playing foosball with your friends. This is what we talk about. This is what we be going over. This is the problem that we've been faced with. Yeah, the WNBA and the NBA, everybody's going to eat off the new deals, but it's going to create more headaches and problems because everyone thinks this is going to increase the money and revenue into the league. It's not, because they say, oh, well, the viewership is going to be up because now people can see it. It's got more people want to stream it. They won't. Watch what I tell you. You got to build the sport to a standard to where people want to see it. You got to have the quality there. If it wasn't for the Golden State Warriors becoming the Golden State Warriors, that wasn't because of the NBA. The NBA had nothing to do with the creation of that process. They created themselves and made themselves stars. Steph Curry became the biggest thing. Then they were the Splash Brothers, and the internet named them that. And everybody rolled with it. The NBA just rolled along with it and got on board because they had to. The momentum was there. Then you got everybody buying Golden State Warriors jerseys everywhere. People was crossing the bridge from the Lakers going over to Golden State to see what was going on over there because it was the movement. So they just jumped on board. So they don't even know how to market their own talent. They too busy trying to erase the Golden State Warriors. Oh, this is the end of a dynasty. It's the end of the dynasty. It's the end. What the hell are you trying to end it for and keeping LeBron going? That makes no damn sense. I'm going to try to break up a team for one goddamn bum. And that's why people ain't watching. They get pissed and turn it off. I got cable, so I get Max for free. I got cable, I got the channel. So if you got cable and you get it, you get Max for free. So I don't know what Max costs. I got it with my cable, so I'm able to stream Max. I got HBO, so I get to stream Max. Well, it's because you got different people making different noises in the game. They all coming out with a whole different stance. I guarantee you, I guarantee you, if the National Basketball Association, which means these punks right here, those punks right there, decide in any infinite way that they figured out a way to screw you over, they're gonna do it. They don't care. Those pricks know one thing: I gotta get paid. I need money. And that's all they know is they gotta get money. They want it, they gonna get it. So when the rubber meets the road, push come to shove, who you think gonna go? They have to get money. That's the gist of it. That's how this thing works. They got money. You got money. They want a piece of it. That's all they know. There's nothing strange about it. Nothing strange. It's the American way. That's what they want to do, man. Right. Peacock is $7.99. $7.99. Max is way more money, and they got 100 million paid subscribers. Now, I don't know about Peacock and live events. I've only seen Peacock with already pre-recorded events. Mm-hmm. You probably need better internet service. I got Max and they had no problems with Max. The only thing on Max is they just need something like a sport or something on there to keep you interested, to keep you watching. There's just not a lot of stuff I'll be watching on there except for like The Sopranos, The Wire. They got all my series on there. He said WWE Monday Night Raw will be on Netflix. Yeah, they're going to Netflix, and then the NBA is going to Peacock. I don't know how happy I am with Netflix's, like I'm thinking about all the old school programming. Like I like those deals. How I'm gonna find all that on Netflix? I don't like Netflix search engines. I can easily find it on Peacock. Soon, I'm watching right now. I'm watching the Survivor Series. I watch old school wrestling. Mm-hmm. I'm not concerned. The NBA got to be concerned. This is going to affect everything. Trust me. Whatever this judge ruled, because believe me, they finna get hit with this lawsuit quick. They ain't gonna waste no time. Everybody think this is a slam dunk for the NBA. The NBA is in for a major legal battle. Oh yeah, the relationship is nasty. Oh, it's nasty. And believe me, the Warner Brothers is gonna strangle them to the core. Good luck finding a judge that's gonna say Warner Brothers lawyers is gonna get embarrassed. I might sign up for Netflix again. Well, that's one way you could do it. People are mad at Fox because they blacked the screen out too much. Yeah, well, he said they was using someone else's Netflix in other countries. Now they changed the rules. I see. Oh, Beefcake was just a working stiff because he couldn't talk on the mic at all. Well, I'm saying about 5 billion to 10 billion. I'm serious. Oh well. Yeah, well, that's how it is. Yeah, we'll see what it do when it ends up and where all the chips fall. But right now, that's what's going on. So I'm gonna get in here, get situated. I'm gonna do my movie review for Deadpool Wolverine, spoiler free, of course. I'm out. Thank y'all for showing up. Thanks, Christian. I'm up out.